So,
We're back.
we had a bit of a issue.
Some technical malfunctions.
We had recorded a bunch of stuff. It went super well until we realized the microphone wasn't plugged back into the laptop.
We're professionals. So I ended up, because we had gotten so far ahead in the other recording, I just had to start from the beginning and play through again. So I've got a bunch of things I didn't get before, namely keys and all the modules again. So this time we're actually just going to be following a map to get through this, because I do want to kind of get everything if I can. And of course, this time through, since we weren't recording, I managed to beat both the East and the North boss without dying.
Recording curse.
Yeah. Not my proudest moment, but here we are.
But, during that recording, we kinda... So, AJ got lost in this area that we're coming to right now, and we kinda went
I got super lost, and I got really mad about it, too.
And then, during that, we kinda went on a bit of a tangent. We were talking about, like, Batman video games, and how we were wondering if they only really started getting good when the Arkham games came.
They did. They only started getting good when the Arkham games came out.
I'm sure we're gonna upset a lot of, I don't know, Batman Vengeance players.
Hey, again, I played that game. I played it for 5 minutes before it broke, so...
I remember playing that game too, actually. And I did
Was
like...
it like in my house?
No, it was, this was at somebody else's house.
You have other friends?
Of course, I know a lot of people.
That's true, you do know. You know, I'm the one who is basically a shut-in.
I am basically a socialite. I don't know if I'm using that term.
Well, yeah, that's technically how that word is used. I don't think it's accurate, though.
But, so anyways, we went off on this tangent about Batman video games, and AJ here brought up, the video game adaptation of...
Adaptation.
Or adaptation. I always get that wrong.
You always do.
The adaptation of the movie Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Yeah, that's
you had that game.
I
didn't
did.
You?
I had it on the N64. It was one of the first games I ever got. The other game I had would have been Super Mario 64, and I think that probably came with my N64.
Sounds about right.
And my parents, I just did that thing again. You mentioned it, and now I'm never going to be able to unhear it.
The smacking noise.
Well, let's not mention it, because it's going to get really noticeable then. So my parents got it for me, probably because I was really into Batman. I still do like Batman a lot. And they expected the game to be at least playable, because my parents, they don't understand video games, and I don't expect them to. But man, that game was fucking terrible.
I actually...
We watched... I only remembered it being bad, so we watched some of the gameplay of it, and man, that game is bad.
It's like super herky-jerky, and...
Even for the N64, it looked and played really bad.
It moves way too fast.
Yeah, so here's the boss of the West Zone. He's basically a pirate.
Oh, that is the boss?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I beat him pretty quick last time. And this is another drifter, I guess.
Oh, I thought you said that guy.
No.
That guy was the boss, and it's like...
No, the guy that was showing up on screen was the boss.
Oh, okay.
Ah, there we go.
Because I was gonna say, he got a lot bigger if that's the case. Hella disguise. So anyways, After I watched the incredibly janky-looking footage of that game, we wanted to find out who brought us this game.
Chemco, which itself sounds like an evil corporation from a Batman show. And
this eventually led to me looking up to see what else they had been involved with, and one of the things that I don't know if they produced it or if they made the game themselves, was a little something called Phalanx. Or Phalanx. And so this game is just kind of like a simple side-scrolling space shooter game, but it's so well known because of
I had never heard of this game before.
And its game cover, we're gonna put up I'm gonna edit a picture
Yeah.
over the footage.
Wow,
here.
look at that. That dude is a redneck. That is
Yeah.
a redneck-ass dude.
It's just some hillbilly playing on the banjo, and then
Or hillbilly, yeah. God, I don't know who was thinking what, or if they were thinking anything, because...
I think they were just thinking about, I just noticed the
Big skull?
the Titan skull in there.
Yeah.
Oh, as if this didn't remind me of the Skull Woods from Link to the Past enough. Just if it was on some weird
Oh yeah,
alien
there is a
planet.
bit in the Dark World. There's skulls, aren't there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I think it's just called Skull Woods.
Turns out I don't really remember that game as well as I thought I did.
It's been a while.
Yeah, well, it hasn't really. I think I played it last year.
Oh, okay.
Around the time... No, I just played it last year when I was getting through a bunch of SNES games.
So anyways, yeah. I think for that
I was shocked that is a game cover that existed for Phalanx.
yeah, I think they just did it so it would attract attention.
And here we are more than 20 years later, still talking about it, so...
It worked.
It worked.
And I think we also got to the point where you had me looking up. There was another game in the Chemco lineup.
Oh, Kid Clown.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a video game, huh?
AJ forced me to search.
Forced. You kind of wanted to see what
Well,
it was, too.
You made me do it, but I kind of wanted to do it myself. To see if this Kid Clown game... Oh, and we forgot to say the full name. Kid Clown in Nightmare World.
I really like that Wikipedia felt the need to spell out for us that it's a portmanteau of nightmare and mayor.
Yeah.
Like that was a thing that we were really gonna get hung up on.
But yeah, I ended up looking up to see if there's any like Kid Clown lore.
There isn't.
Also, unfortunately, much to my personal disappointment, there was no creepy Nightmare Fuelish fan art of Kid Clown.
No, there was some actual fan art of Kid Clown though,
Yeah,
which was
like-
surprising to me.
Legitimate,
Just
well
you
done
know,
fan
good
art.
enough fan art.
and because I went to DeviantArt for this, other stuff that I
Tons
won't
of
mention.
pornography.
Well, for DeviantArt,
We're gonna get that
it's-
site shut down one of these. We got porn taken off of Tumblr. Someday DeviantArt's going down with it.
That's the thing, though. DeviantArt, it's like...
Mostly for furry porn.
I was gonna say it's not safe for work, but not, like... overtly not safe for work.
I don't know about
Well-
that. There's a lot of shit on there.
Some people... It's a fine line for some of the art on there.
That
like,
line is perforated. It all trends towards pornography.
Like, sometimes things will get removed because they're too risque, other times they manage to stay.
Somehow they won't. And good taste does not prevail. And we're stuck with... Well, we've all been on...
We all
been
had our
on-
DeviantArt phase.
Yeah. But the less said about all of that, the better.
I
that-
mostly used it for photography, though.
Yeah. So this time, now we have Instagram, which is also kind of a terrible social media as well.
I mean, if you separate yourself from the bad parts, nothing's really that bad.
Kind of. I mean, Twitter is kind of a dumpster fire most of the time anyways. Speaking of which, you can follow us on Twitter.
We usually put our Twitter handles in the, you'll probably, if you watched,
We'll have them in the description and in the end cards.
because,
But yeah, that social media platform is kind of a dumpster fire.
yeah, but again, you can kind of customize it so it's not as bad.
Yeah. I don't know if it was recently, but I remember when they brought in blocked words or muted words.
Yeah,
Thank Christ.
oh, I am so grateful for that. Yes, I like to live in an echo chamber. Don't at me. Not you specifically,
Yeah.
just...
I'll at you all I want because you won't respond to my tweets anyways.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah. You never respond to my tweets. I'm furious.
I give them likes, though.
Rarely. That's okay. I'm usually not that funny. Boy, I'm really selling this, huh?
Besides, usually when you're adding me just for the sake of showing me someone else's tweet.
Yeah. I revel in the creativity of other people.
But, speaking of which, man, it's amazing what Christian Bale will do to his body for, his roles in movies. That surgery they did to make him into Sonic the Hedgehog, like, holy crap.
The idea of that is so grotesque to me. But yeah, that dude will do whatever.
Yeah, joking aside, it's crazy what Christian Bale has done to his body.
But let's talk about Sonic, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why they just made his hands white instead of giving him gloves.
I don't know why the whole... I know that's supposedly a working design, but I think that maybe it wasn't. It was the final design, and then they saw the horrible backlash to it and said, "We'll keep working on it."
I'm gonna kind of say one positive thing about it, though. I do like how they pulled off that weird unit eye thing that Sonic has.
Yeah, with the little
patch of white fur.
Yeah,
between his eyes.
That's not awful.
And as a whole, after looking at that one poster where it's just Sonic sitting on top.
The musculature. What is up with the musculature?
Yeah, you don't have to make everything
like
realistic.
It's allowed to be. You could have just taken the character model from Generations and put it in, and literally nobody would have complained.
Also, I remember early on in the when they first announced that they were making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, there was something about I think the company's called Blur.
I love that band. I don't. That's a joke. Haha. No one likes Blur. Actually, I worked with a guy who really loved Blur.
It's just one of those Britpop bands.
I'm sure someone's gonna be just furious.
How dare you!
Yeah.
But anyways, Blur was, they do computer-generated cutscenes for various video games. I believe they did Halo 4.
Oh, really?
And they did
those looked good in Halo 4.
They looked great.
All right, well, let's not oversell it.
And they also did the opening for Sonic Unleashed, which that looked really good too.
I don't know anything about this.
Well,
oh no, I remember. Yeah, that looked good. See, that was stupid what I just did.
And man, I miss those CG openings. Oh, what did you do?
I blew up the thing when I was super close to it.
Oh,
that was not smart.
But yeah, they were, I remember early on, they were supposed to do, the CG Sonic for the movie, but I don't know if they're on board anymore.
Maybe they saw what design they wanted to use and just said, actually no.
But, it looks like they have been going through design after design with this movie.
I hope so, because, man, the one that was that... Now, that had to be, a leak, right?
It was like a leak, yeah.
That couldn't have been something that they said, this is what they're going to be people's first impression of this. Although, even that said, the poster is not a good poster to tease with it.
I think it had typos on it.
I thought it was the Spanish poster.
Because, it's hard to say, actually, because I was thinking of, there's a part where, they put... One of the words they put describing Sonic was lickable. Oh,
yeah, I saw that. My thinking was that had to be a joke, right? That must have been an edit or something, 4chan up to their usual shenanigans.
I thought it was just they meant to put likable, but screwed it up.
Literally could not have done that any worse. Maybe yeah, even as many problems as I do have with Sonic's design in that game and
movie,
and they are many, I also really take issue with the poster that they used to tease it. That was everyone's first impression of this movie. You better make sure it's rock solid, and honestly, it's not that good. The poster's not interesting.
Are you talking about the silhouette one?
Yeah. It's not that good.
Yeah.
I understand doing a tease, but you could have just had a cartoon outline of his head, and that would have been good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, the way production of that movie's going, we're gonna have lots to complain about in future episodes, so...
I just want to see Jim Carrey as Eggman already.
I'm so curious as to what that's gonna look like.
Because, I don't know, it's just...
I haven't seen Jim Carrey good in anything in a long time,
Well,
so...
Jim Carrey himself's usually pretty good. Like, in terms of, like, his acting. He was one of the better parts of Kick-Ass 2, from what I gather.
Yeah, but... I don't know, that doesn't strike me as a role that, like, only he could have done. And maybe it's because maybe it's because no one's writing roles for Jim Carrey anymore.
They couldn't get a hold of R. Lee Ermey, I guess. Because he was playing a drill sergeant.
Yeah. I don't know. This movie seems like it's going to be not great, as much as I kind of do want to like it, and I don't even really have all that much love for Sonic in particular. I just do kind of want it to be good. I remember my big video game movie tragedy in my life was finding out that they were working on a Castlevania movie, because Castlevania, one of my favorite series, and then it got canceled like 2 weeks after I learned about it.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a tough bounce.
Ugh, that's a big oof right there.
Yeah.
But we did get the Kick-Ass Castlevania series on Netflix,
Yeah, but the way they were talking about the movie, it was like going to be super gothic and crazy, so I don't know. I always wanted that to be a thing. So I got lost down here, or in this area, last time we played, and I'm probably gonna get lost again.
You were trying to get from the forest to that kind of ruined city area, right?
Yeah, it's just now I'm also going to be looking for the
That's right, we're playing a game.
Yeah, we're playing a video game. I'm also going to be looking for all the keys, which is not a thing that I would normally do, but I do kind of want to get all of the costumes for this game.
Yeah, I mean...
Although I'm probably gonna end as...
Okay, that spider just noped out of there, and you just really wanted to follow him.
I went to join him. Yeah, I want to get a bunch of the costumes and the secret stuff in this game, and I really want to get all the tablets so I can... What's up?
I was swallowing.
Okay. I wanted to get all the tablets so I can get the special costume.
The all black one?
I may have that one wrong. It may not be all black. That one might come from doing this like other challenge arena that comes once you've beat the east, north, and west zones.
Oh, like like you've beaten all 4. Now here's the final one.
No, actually, it could be something else entirely. I'm probably misremembering what I thought I remembered about this game. No, there's in town, once you beat east, west, and north, these gates drop down. Oh, and you need 12 keys in the game to get to it. And then there's a bunch of challenge arenas, and once you beat those, then you get the black outfit.
Oh, okay.
I think.
And it's like a black and white outfit, right?
I think it's just black. The sword might also be black, and I'm pretty sure the effect, because the costumes do have effects in this game. The effect, I'm fairly certain, is most enemy kills result in decapitations, because it's super fucking edgy.
Well, I mean... It's kind of hard to be super edgy without any kind of dialogue.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, like, you decide, like, oh, he not only decapitates his enemies, but he, like...
eats their souls.
And then, I don't know... slits his wrist because he's so tortured.
Hell yeah. How do you know about my fanfiction? So this...
Your Hyper Light Drifter fanfiction?
Hell yeah. This kind of sucks here.
The shooting enemies,
Yeah, I didn't buy the upgrade that lets you reflect bullets with your sword, because this is basically the only area that it's actually super useful.
I remember you had it in our previous...
I did. I didn't get it this time. Because this is the only time I ever end up using it. And I already beat the only challenge zone where it's particularly helpful. For the most part, it's easier, or it's better just to absorb with the dash ability. I could buy it right now if I wanted. I just got my 3rd upgrade point.
May as well get something better.
Yeah, I'll probably just get something else instead.
Is that when that little diamond shows up that you've absorbed some...
Yes. Lovely.
Excuse me.
Yes, that's what that means.
And that's a super useful thing to have, because it reloads your it
refills
shots,
my ammo.
right?
Yeah, it is useful.
Apologies if I talked about this in an earlier part.
I don't think we did, and even if we did, who cares? This is our game.
This is our thing.
Yeah, so I'm actually going out of my way to collect all the keys and such this time, which I normally wouldn't because it takes a fair bit of time. I am using a map of the game and checking things off as I go because I really just... it's a lot of work otherwise, and I don't want to be roaming around for forever.